What is up, everyone? What's up, Austin?
How are you today?
I'm great because today's a big freaking day, exciting day.
Huge day down here.
Woo, boo, 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 boo. Yes, because today we will be starting the new coupe
We finally get to hear this SR sing.
for the first time. It's gonna happen. I'm not saying we might, it's gonna happen, right? Because in the last video you guys saw, we wired the entire car in one afternoon from a full chassis harness to a full engine harness. It's all plugged in, it's all going good.
Didn't have a lick of wiring.
Didn't have nothing in it. And if you guys want to check it out, of course, watch the last video where we go all through it and you learn about our new chassis harness, new engine harness, everything about that you guys know. Our boys down at Wiring Specialties, dun dun dun, did us good, and it made our life super easy. So now what we have to do today is plug in our Link ECU, put a base map on it, and vroom, that easy, right?
Hopefully.
That easy. It's gonna be easy. Everything's right. I did everything right. It should just start right the heck up. But before we get into that, I have two things I gotta plug. One, drag and drop. Of course, guys, we still have a couple tees left, so if you wanna grab them, boom, they're good to go. And if you already ordered one, we said it in the last video, but we went to go ship the orders and we weren't happy with the print quality, so we actually redid all of the t-shirts. It hurt. It was a busy week, but we got all of them done, and I'm super, super happy with how they came out. They look amazing. And of course, if you guys are waiting on it, they will ship out. They've already have shipped out.
Yeah, by the time this video.
Yeah. They shipped out, so be ready for it. And on top of that, one more thing we have to do is we're having a big sale on parts at Shop Jamil. RJ gave me a cheat sheet. So till the end of the month, we have 20% off all coil products, 15% off all NRG products, 13% off all Turbo Smart products, so even their turbo. So if you guys have been trying to find an excuse to buy one,
Damn.
now's your time. That's some good savings. And then 10% off Gram lights. So if you guys like the DRs that are on the coupe or the CRs that are on Spoon's car, hop below Shop Jamil, save yourself some money till the end of the month. All right, so this weekend I did a couple of things to the car I want to update you guys on. First is a pretty cool product, and this is the GK Tech Swirl Pot. So it has a little Phoenix cap on it, but this is the GK Tech Swirl Pot. And this is kind of a part that I've been hearing about from a lot of guys as a must-do for the SR. So what this does is allows you to kind of constantly air bleed your system. As you guys know, air gets in your cooling system, especially when it starts to get hot and it starts to blow a little coolant and you get air back in it and your car runs hot. It sucks. SRs, you gotta keep them cool because they're not like JZs. They can't take as much. The JZ, she can get hot, she don't care.
Keep that in mind.
I know, I gotta like rewrap my brain because I'm so used to that car just running hot. I'm like, it's fine. This thing, a little timid. So it comes with the full kit. It comes with the swirl pot itself, really nice. And the way it works is it takes a point from each section of the cooling system. So we have the outer water neck here. It takes the highest point here, allows this to bleed to the can. And then from the radiator, it takes off the overflow. But what's cool about this is it gives you a false radiator cap. And so as you can tell, there's no seal in it, like a normal cap, right? Because what usually happens is this will seal in your radiator, and then when it over pressurizes, when it gets too hot, that's when this compresses and then it blows it out into the overflow. That's how that works. So what this allows you to do is it still allows you to fill up your radiator by the radiator, which is efficient. And then it gives you basically a steam port for the radiator to go to the swirl pot, which then becomes the high pressure point right here. So we have the high pressure cap right here, and then it bleeds into the overflow. And of course, it takes another point in the lower water neck too to allow all three corners of the system to bleed into the swirl pot to make sure this thing never has air in it. You've been seeing that come from Japan for years, right? We went to Colton's, we saw the old D1 cars, you see all of those cars, they all have swirl pots right in a similar manner. So it's cool that you could buy an off-the-shelf product like this for the SR and the KA that just allows you to, boom, bolt it all up and then make some hoses. That's it. So on top of that, I want to make some moves because I want to get the new carpet in ASAP because I think we're all dying to see this.
I'm so excited for that.
I'm excited just to see the full interior because it just kind of looks like a race car right now. So I got the steering wheel in and I had to get the hydro bolts up to make sure it all fits. So this is like my favorite handbrake for the S chassis. Villain Drifts makes this and it's a whole piece, right? They sell the whole kit and it's probably the most affordable kit you can get. And what's cool about it is they sell a bracket that bolts straight to the tunnel. Right, so it uses the 4 holes for the shifter seal, and then you have to drill holes in the side of your tunnel to bolt it to because you kind of forget how freaking hard you pull these handbrakes. You can't make a dinky mount. You got to make sure they're really bolted top and bottom. And on top of that, they sell their own handbrake, which just looks simple, and that's why I like it. I don't like handbrakes that are like crazy shapes, super bright, in your face, sharp to pull, like.
It needs to be comfortable.
Why do they make handbrakes that hurt the pull? I don't know if I get it. So this is literally just a pole with a bike grip. It literally doesn't get better than that. They make these all in-house. They're drifters. They buy drifters for drifters. I love the guys out there. So Villains Drift, if you guys want to show support, go check out their products. And to make sure that all works, I had to make new seat rails for my crash seat. So I made these rails right here this weekend. They came out pretty freaking good. Very proud of myself. Fabricator Jim.
Custom in-house seat rails.
That's it, baby. So seat fits, everything fits. So now, when this thing finally runs, we can get the interior in it. Exciting.
We're gonna have big wins this week.
We got big. I told you in the last couple of videos, we got a lot of big wins coming up. I'm dying to see this damn interior together. But for now, I think it's time to get some coolant in this thing because it finished the cooling system. Plug the ECU in and try and start it. This doesn't count as a funnel, by the way.
Nah, it's a bleeder.
It's a bleeder. This is not a funnel. I don't want to hear it. All right, also keep your eyes peeled. I think everything's hooked up. This is when you find out. Usually you don't find out until the system's full. Isn't that fun?
No leaks yet.
No leaks yet. Don't even need the funnel. Look at my accuracy here.
How high can you go?
Nah, I'm not playing.
Do we play this game?
I'm too impatient to want to clean a mess up right now. I want to hear this thing run so bad, dude. Could have did this on Saturday, and I'm like, no, I gotta wait for to film it, and I'm sitting here just like staring at the ECU, like
I could do this.
I could do this right and pretend like I never did it. Like, I haven't honestly been this excited for a startup in a long time. Like usually, I'm just stressed, but this one I'm just very excited for. Look at that, already filled itself up. You know what I realized? Since we have a swirl pot, like that actually is just a funnel for this time. I'll never admit it. So now we'll bleed it here. There we go.
No, that's a funnel.
That's
you can't, that's a funnel. You can't tell me otherwise.
That looks ridiculous. No, the other funnel
that's
is too.
Bleeder.
The bleeder,
that's a funnel.
It didn't fit, so I had to get something thicker, all right? We got crappy conventional oil in the engine for first start. Trans got fluid. Hope all the fuel lines are tight, but we don't have fuel. Just kidding, we had fuel, baby. If you guys saw in the video when we got back from Canada, we had two surprises. Two big ass 55-gallon drums of Sunoco E85R. Now, I wanted to start the car on pump E and switch to this once we tuned it because I really wanted to see the gains from switching to the fuel.
We gotta crack one of these open.
But I'm dying to smell this thing. We're at a pump E too. But other than that, I am dying to smell this thing. I'm dying to smell it coming out of the tailpipe. I think what we'll do, we'll put like a gallon or two for first start, and we'll put the pumpy in, which feels kind of dirty, but I really want to see.
Haven't smelled good E in the long run.
No, because a pumpy, like, that's half the fun of E is the smell. And we know this stuff's gonna be spicy, so I think it's time we crack the seal. Ah, there we go. Spoon! Come here for the first whiff. Come on, this is a big moment. Haven't had the luxury here of good E, and I am ecstatic for this, dude. This car's gonna love this. This better burn the nose hairs off my nose.
That's not. You could tell you didn't pay attention any chemistry class. You.
Whatever, dude. I've been in enough labs to know what's. That's how we do it. It's so potent, if it's the smell feels like it can get you drunk. That's how potent this thing is. So let's get this in the car and what? It's still alcohol. Get a little, you could take it out, dilute it, put it in the breezy. So this is one of the things with E, right? A lot of guys are scared to go on E just because they're scared of not finding a pump and stuff like that. And realistically, I think the best thing you can do is get a 55-gallon drum, leave it in your garage, and just pump it in your garage. You just pump your gas. How often do you drive so much you have to fill up mid-drive? If you make sure you have a full tank before you leave for a cruise, you'll be good, and you get to unlock all the benefits of having E. Sunoco's like, guys, stop. Like, you're make sure it's airtight. Your E will be good for a long time. Hit it? Yeah, we still got to put a filler neck thing in here, but it's a big moment. All right, right, we got all the fluids now. We got all the wires. Everything goes. Now what we need is the brain of the operation right here. As you guys know, we're big Link ECU fans out here. We've been working with Link for many years. They've always done us good. I've never had any issues, and they have done me amazing on every single car here. No matter what the setup is, it just works. And with this one, I went with the Link Fury. There's different levels of the ECU. The Fury is the top dog one, internal wideband, all the items you can ever imagine, all the functions you'll ever need. I went a little extra on the ECU, all right? But it doesn't hurt to go extra. So if you have an SR with a standard ECU plug, of course, we do have a plug and play for the SR20 for every variation, so it'll plug directly into your harness, and it's a full standalone board. I went with the Fury because we got a custom harness and I got a pin for it. Wiring especially does that, so. Hell yeah, baby. That's a good unit, come on. Of course, it comes with a mounting plate, so we could put this thing somewhere nice and out of the way, but for now, that is a issue for later. One of these, plug her in, take one of these, plug it in. Now let's click some buttons. So of course, this is a standalone ECU, so it's just blank. Everything's basically zeroed out, and so the ECU doesn't know what to do. So we have to define everything in the ECU so the engine and the ECU can communicate accurately, right? So when you make your harness, you gotta keep track of where everything is because you have to define it in the ECU like we said before. So when you get a wiring switch harness like this, it comes with the IO list, right? So it shows you the connectors right here, the A and B connector, and it tells you where they all go to, all the IOs. And what we need to do is we need to go through our program and define where everything is and set up all our calibrations for all our sensors. Like Link has all of the common sensors already calibrated on there, so we're using a Link intake air temperature sensor. Intake air temp 2. So we'll define that on the Link, select our sensor, and we're good to go. So to save us some time, because I'm really eager, I set up the base map already. Plug this in, upload it, and hopefully everything works perfectly the first try. That being said, if you do have a plug and play ECU by Link, it should have all of the factory stuff predetermined in the program, so you don't have to set it up unless you add things like a wideband sensor or other sensors like oil pressure, fuel pressure, or anything like that. Then you have to define it. So we have to calibrate the e-throttle stuff, which is so freaking sick. This car's e-throttle. You want to press down on the pedal to full for me. Full throttle. Okay, hold it there. Now release. Push it again. Release. All right, release fully. That easy. Yeah. Hell yeah, man. That's good. All right, fuel pumps are kicking. I don't see fuel flying everywhere, so I think the fuel lines are tight. Let's set fuel pressure real quick. We have an electronic fuel pressure sensor, so we don't gotta stare at any gauges. We could just literally go. I gotta turn the fuel pumps on. You hear them kick on. 40 PSI, we want just a little bit more. So we can adjust it real quick. We want 3 bar. Throttle, all the sensors are happy and reading. Should I just throw timing at it and try and start it, or should we actually set timing?
That's your call, bro.
I just want to run. I guarantee, I feel like I'm close enough on timing the thing should just start. Yeah, let's just try and start it once. And then you got to lock ignition timing, right? The timing at which the ECU is commanding might not actually be what's happening physically. So you have to make sure that whatever the ECU is commanding is happening physically. Does that make sense? Because the ECU doesn't physically know where the home of TDC is on the engine. So I've done enough of these SRs. I know exactly where it kind of needs to be. Kind of want to just start it up. Try and start it. It's bad tuner setup.
Not even gonna check spark. Not even gonna check.
Yeah, we should probably do the. Okay, we'll do all the tests. Luckily with Link, it's really easy to test everything. So injector 1, you hear it?
Yeah, you can hear that.
This is always good to do, especially if you made your own harness. 2, 3. Isn't it crazy how loud stainless injectors are? 4. Injectors work. Now coils, they're a little bit harder to hear. You hear it? Because I could hear it. Yeah, I hear it. The auto body's a little loud, they hum, but you get a screwdriver, something metal, and put it on it, you'll be able to hear it really good too. That's the old trick. Yep. Or you can just, hold it and just get woken the up. Look at Austin helping me do my due diligence.
Come on, start it now. Start it.
What's nice is we have an internal wideband, right? It's already in the harness, so we'll get AFRs right away without any crazy extra wiring to the ECU. All right, remember, we have, I know we're not dyno tuning it, but we have an R-Tech manifold, G25 550, spoon down pipe with a Greddy axle back. It's got one muffler. Shouldn't be super loud. Without syncing timing, do you think it'll just start? You know what? Let me unplug the CAS and rotate the engine over a little bit just so we can get some oil pressure in here. Yeah, timing's off. All right? Timing's off. Like nothing, man. You see how fast that started? Come on. Come on. That smells so good. That smells so good. That started so fast. I just had to.
You had it off 180?
I had it off. Yeah, I had it off 360 on the ignition timing. But dude, as soon like you saw like.
Yeah.
That's so good. That wasn't edited by the way. That just went.
You wanna know the key to Jimmy's happiness? SR. Look at it.
Dude, I have like chills. I'm so excited. So no big spicy cam, but she sounds good. She sounds healthy. Usually it takes a while to bleed these systems out, but with this thing, it's dude, there's no air in it anymore. It's just already bled. That's so good. The engine sounds so good. The head's nice and quiet. You know, like stay good. You're doing great. So we don't have E-fans on it right now, so we're just using the dyno fan in the meantime. But this is the first start on a fresh build from top to bottom. So my process, what I like to do is just get some cheap conventional in it, non-synthetic, and we'll let it warm up, get like one heat cycle in it, then we'll drain the oil right away, just because if there's any debris from assembling the engine, you know, you get dirt in there from sitting around, some dust, maybe an abundance of assembly lube in the oil. Drain the oil in a little bit, change the filter, and then we'll put some good braking oil in it, and then go through the process of that. Try the throttle. It's good. Well, it's nice, right? Since it's E-throttle, I could dial in the E-map however I want. I can make it super sensitive.
It's super sensitive.
Yeah. You got to write your own map, like, which is nice about it. We can make it kind of be one-to-one like a pedal, or we could make it more progressive, a little bit lazier. We get to write the script here, which is sick.
It's goody.
Now we'll shoot timing. Oh, not bad. 5 degrees off. That's not a bad guess. Perfect, we're locked in. All right, we went through its first heat cycle. Let it run for like 20 minutes. Now we're gonna drain out this crappy cheap oil. Burn my hand. Clean. It's good news. Sometimes you just get some metallic in there, which is nothing too crazy to worry about. Things got a seat, break in, do all of that, but it was a little rich for the first couple seconds, but we're good to go. So the oil you drain out already looks immaculate. I've definitely had some built engines that the first time you drain the oil,
A little sketchy.
they look a little spicy. It is what it is. It happens sometimes, especially with tight tolerance builds, fresh builds, things are breaking in. I mean, obviously you don't want to see any, but it's always good practice to open up your first oil filter or your first couple to see what is caught in the filter, and that will, you know, this will just kind of makes your heart feel a bit better. You know what I mean? Since how clean the oil looks, I'm not really concerned at all, but I'm gonna keep up with the good habits. You see this? See the metallic in there? So this is all caught by the filter. Yeah. Nothing to be alarmed about, you know what I mean? Like, it's gonna happen, especially on the first startup. Okay, let's cut this filter open. There we go. That's it. See what got caught on the inside, you see? See all the dirt in there? It just happens, dude. Like, assembly, you're putting all these parts on these engines that have been sitting around for a long time. Machine shops, like, it's just all part of it. This is why it's so important to do a quick oil change to flush the engine out. I mean, look at it. See all that stuff in there? And that's why we have oil filters, baby. You see all the little black bits in there? No matter how deep you think you clean everything, you know, things sit in the oil galleys, they sit in the head, they get in when you're putting your valve cover on, and the oil washes it all out. See that sitting in there? Nothing to be alarmed about, just a little bit of grime. Then we get the mold tool, braking oil. I've never used this before.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, you warranty me with this?
No warranties on anything.
I've never used this stuff before, but. So we'll get the load in the engine, break her in on the dyno, and then we'll change it to, well, non-braking oil. This thing better do me good. I gotta fix the cold start, all right? All right. But JZ's are just quieter. I love this.
I love it. I can't wait to hear the wastegate open.
I know, right? Yeah, because we actually did an open wastegate for once. That's good shit, man.
That's sick. It sounds great.
It sounds freaking sick. That's, you know.
That's for SR. Coming from me.
You can't say that's for an SR. It's just, it's an SR and it sounds good.
Tom has me scarred.
Tom shit is loud. So very successful day. SR started right up. It sounds amazing with our new E from Sunoco. It smells amazing, and well, we're a couple things away till we get to it on the dyno. We got to finish up the wastegate line, so I ordered all of those fittings today. And then we got to get fans on this thing so it can actually maintain its operating temp. And then, well, it's technically ready to get broken in on the dyno. I cannot wait to just hear and feel SR things again. It's in a drift car. Feels good.
Close do you think we are to a test day?
To a test day? I mean, once we tune it, we could test it just like this. Bolt the bucket seat in and go. I got to put the hydro lines in and we're good to go. Before that, I really want to get the interior in the car. I know we showed off the pink carpet many, many moons ago, and I think we're all dying to see it in the car. So for next video, before we get on the dyno, I think it's interior time. A lot of work, we got a lot of stuff to do, but it'll be worth it. So stay tuned for the next video where we get this thing fitted with interior and make it look like an actual car. And that's when it'll go from like this overdone car to just looking street car, all right? But of course, guys, don't miss out on the deals at shoppuma.com. We got Energy, Koyo, Energy, Koyo, Turbo Smart, and Gram lights. Big discounts, don't miss out to the end of the month. Top below, Shop Email, and that's it. So you guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. We'll see you guys very shortly.